If you look on the internet for the hard problem of consciousness, and you look up Peter Russell, he'll give you a bit of an explanation about the hard problem of consciousness. And as best as I can remember, it is how can something physical, dead physical matter, cause the consciousness to form? And he said this was the biggest problem scientists had. How does dead physical stuff create consciousness? And they come up with all kinds of weird words. Deepak Chopra said, well, they call it an epiphenomenon. Anyway, the whole point of it is that they're trying to make dead physical matter into consciousness, and it doesn't fly. In other words, it's a flawed theory. So I must go in the other direction, which is consciousness comes first, and I've said that on a number of my lectures. In other words, and as I said in my last few lectures, if you're going to order a fridge from the internet, the first thing is, oh, I need a fridge. In your mind, I need a fridge. And then your fingers do the tapping on the order form on the internet form to order it. And you put in your credit card. And lo and behold, in 2 weeks, a fridge shows up at your back door. And a couple of guys from the truck unload the fridge for you in your house. The thought came before the physical thing arrived at your door. Consciousness comes first. That's my principle that I keep holding to. So the consciousness problem that I keep coming back to is demonic attack. And now I've got an insect attack. The demonic attack happens in two ways. It happens because I have to listen to the demons talk, and they're incredibly, sometimes just unpleasant to listen to. And the other thing is the physical pain. So we do have these physical human bodies. They're called physical, and I can't get to the root of what is physical. Because, in the 1700s, 1800s even, people said physical stuff was real. But then we got into the quantum physics in, the very early 1900s, where the information was, I don't know if we can say it's so real anymore. And then we got into computation theory that says everything that you're experiencing in here can be mapped as data points. So really what you experience is a bunch of data. And how it appears, whether it appears to be physical or quantum, plasma or liquid, is all a matter of how the data is coded. And then you can call this the Matrix, like the movie. And in the Matrix movie, everything was a computer program designed by a man called the architect. So I've either got a computation program that's creating demonics in my life, in my physical form, or it's a quantum phenomenon, and I can't understand quantum physics. As I say many times, the best minds that were studying quantum physics said, if you think you understand quantum physics, you don't understand quantum physics. So it's basically saying you'll never understand it. It's too weird. And the Newtonian physics, in our day-to-day life, it seems to be still in operation. If you go to the bar and you play pool, your billiard ball works on Newtonian physics. And I remember in high school, there was a conversion. They said at very slow speeds, like what we experience on planet Earth, you can use certain formulas for energy. And then if you get to very high speeds, you can use E equals mc squared. And they somehow proved it good enough to get us through that chapter of the physics textbook. So it still leaves me with the consciousness program. How do I reprogram my consciousness program so I am not sick, I do not age, I do not experience what I feel like are demonic entities, and I can thrive? How do you get at the programming that is running this particular reality? I can't do it from where I am. I'm observing it and I'm going, wow, I mean, this is reality for me. Good, bad, and indifferent. This is reality. There are a lot of shamans who say they can change reality. Some people say you can change it with your thoughts. I say I don't create thoughts. I watch thoughts arise in my awareness, but I don't make them come. They just come. So how can I change reality when I'm not even making the thoughts that come to my head? It seems stupid to me. It seems like a flaw. It seems like someone is taking a shortcut and saying, I'm having a dream where I'm going to change the path of a tornado, and then the tornado changed the path. Well, I did it. I think you're taking ownership of a phenomenon that's in your awareness, and you're saying, your ego is saying you've done something to make it happen. On a small scale, I'm getting the picture of a hairdryer blowing hot air, and a human could take a piece of sheet metal and put it in front of the hot air dryer, the hot air blower, and redirect the path of the hot air. So in that case, the physicality has, my body has put sheet metal and moved the air to a different vector, a different direction. But did I do that, or did my body do that? You probably are going to say, well, I got the idea of doing this, and then I made my body do this. Because you take ownership of the idea that came in, and then I acted on it, and I made my body do this. That's what you think you did. If you meditate for a great long time, you will come to the conclusion everything is happening pretty much independent of you. Because it's very tricky to get to the point where you say, I did that. Or it just happened. Because you've got to sit quietly in meditation and just be aware of all the thoughts that arise in your mind without getting all wrapped up in, I got to act on all these amazing thoughts. Or I get the thought that I need to go pee and I made my body go pee. I made my body cough. No, it just coughed. I felt it arising, the need to cough, but I didn't cough. The body coughed. You might say, I made a forceful cough. Well, that's where it's tricky. Because when you go, it seems like the idea is like, let's do a really strong cough, and then you do it. But did you do that, or did it just get really tricky and hard for you to figure out, did I do that? or I added my intention to it, or I got a really good idea that we were going to cough really hard, and then I went along with it. You have to study your own body to get what I'm telling you. I'm giving it to you in words, but you have to do your own homework, which means you're going to have to sit in a quiet space without other people, without all your cell phones and everything making noise, and just be quiet and watch what happens to you in your mind and to your body, and spend 4 hours doing it. Because it takes a long time to study these things. So maybe take a whole pile of sessions or do it all at one time. But the point is, it's just words, what I'm telling you, until you do it for yourself as your own experiment. I gave you another one a couple of weeks ago called the body experiment, which was if you wake up in your bed and you need to go pee, don't force your body to get out of bed. In other words, suppress the urge to go pee. Rather than suppress the urge to go pee, because you're going to still feel the urge to go pee, don't act on the feeling like, oh, my bladder is full, I need to go pee. Wait. And sort of let go internally of your body. That's an intention for me to move my fingers. The same intention is to roll and get out of bed and run to the bathroom. And I'm saying, if you have this feeling like you need to roll out of the bed to make the body move, ignore it. Ignore the impulse to roll out of bed. Instead, do nothing. You do nothing. And you wait. And my experience is, if I wait, sooner or later, the body of its own accord rolls out of bed and goes to the bathroom on its own. And that's what I want you to experience. The fact that the body will do things on its own if you don't intend for it to do it. So this is what we're really doing, is we're separating out your intention for the body to do things and the body's own intelligence. I'm giving you these exercises, and if you don't do them, it's just words. And you've got no way to corroborate what I'm saying as being true or false. So you might as well not even listen to my lectures. I want you to do these exercises. I'm Jokey McFlokey, and I don't expect you to do anything. Most likely, you're not even going to watch this lecture, because when I look at the number of people that see my lectures, quite often it's a big donut, 0. So who am I talking for? I think maybe 50 years down the road, someone's going to discover me and be watching me and going, wow, this guy had it way back then, and people in his day and age were really incredibly stupid, and they never came across this one. So whenever you're watching it, congratulations. Please still do these experiments to confirm what I'm saying is true.